A lot of people text whilst driving. I'm not excusing it, but we've all done things we regret when we're drunk. I had a girl come up to me after a show a couple of weeks ago. At the stage door, she waited for me. She looked me boldly in the eyes and said, "I'm not wearing any panties." I thought, all right, forgetful. I haven't washed me cock. What a pair. I was walking between the stage door and the car, this about 6 months ago, and there was a girl, as I was walking, I saw her, between two cars, pissing. I double took. On the second take, I made eye contact, which is awkward. And she said, mid-flow, "Can I have an autograph?" I thought, if you've got any paper, you need it. And then do you know what I did? I waited. Enjoy the show? Yeah? A bit of a shake? Nice. Oh. I shall tell you a story about something else that happened, because I'm a little bit on telly now, and people phone up and they ask you to do interesting things. I was asked about 3 years ago to write a journalistic piece for the first time. I was really excited. A Sunday paper phoned up, they said, "Would you like to write a piece for us?" I immediately agreed, and as the conversation went on, it transpired it was a piece for the motoring section called My First Crash. I think I would have said no, but I'd already said yes earlier in the conversation, so, what do you do? I said, yeah, OK, fine. And in the end, I was quite pleased with what I wrote. I wrote about 250 words on my first crash. I said, what happened was I went on a driving holiday, flew into Barcelona, rented a car, went around Spain, Portugal, France, just staying in sort of 3-star hotels and B&Bs and just kind of hanging around, yeah? And the idea was we would end up driving back to Paris, get the Eurostar back. Go first class, be quite exciting. It only just opened, so it was quite an exciting thing. We slightly mistimed it, so we're kind of late getting back into Paris. This is the days before, sat-nav. So we've got maps out, we're trying to work out how Paris is, it's a complicated city to get round. It's late at night. We got cut up by loads of guys on scooters, just in an underpass. We just clipped a Merc. I was in Edinburgh last year. I saw a sign in a window, said, "Watch batteries fitted." I thought it was probably not the best show on. There's a sign up in my street saying the priorities of the traffic lights have changed. There's another sign saying, "Children, please drive carefully." I was driving on the motorway, I saw a sign on the back of a truck, a little sticker, said, "How am I driving?" I thought, well, if you don't know... I've got a sticker on the back of my car. It says, "Keep your distance. I just need a little space right now." It's not you, it's me. The fog sign on the motorway. How pointless is that? Who's it for? People driving along thinking, I can't see a fucking thing. I wonder if I got cataracts. Oh no, wait, look, it's fog, what am I like? Do you all do the same thing as me? When you drive normally, you drive like that, yeah? That's the normal driving position. A little bit of fog, you drive like that. You get a little bit closer. You get a better view, just in case the fog is in the car. Have you ever done this? Have you ever been driving along and you've hit a rabbit? The worst thing is the noise. That horrible, familiar sound of a hammer hitting a rabbit. 97% of all dangerous driving offences are committed by men. You know what that means? It means 3% are committed by bloody women drivers. You know who you are, you're a fucking menace. I don't think speed cameras are fair. Who's with me? Yeah. I can't see how they're fair. If I'm driving home from this gig at 12 midnight, yeah, and there's kids playing in the street, they've got bigger problems than me. Well, not anymore, they haven't, but let's say I'm driving home from this gig, 12 midnight, let's say I'm doing 40 in a 30 zone, I get flashed by one of those cameras. How is it fair that my girlfriend gets 3 points on her licence? That doesn't seem fair to me. She's already got 12 points. She's going to have to go to jail. Have you all seen that incredibly powerful commercial on television where the child morphs back to life, having been run over? Yeah. Incidentally, that's why you're not allowed to leave the scene of an accident. You missed the best bit. That advert clearly states if you're doing 40 miles an hour and you hit a child, there's an 80% chance that child will die. If you're doing 30 miles an hour, there's an 80% chance that child will live. Here's my question. Where's the ad for swerving? That advert's basically the government going, hey, watch out, there's a kid in the road. Slow down, take the edge off. But it must learn its lesson. How old did you say you were, sir?
14.
You're 14 years old. Right, and what's your name?
Sam.
Sam, right. Let's say I'm driving to you, Sam.
Okay.
At, I don't know, 40 miles an hour. And you run away at 10 miles an hour. It's an aggregate of 30, isn't it? Not only have you given yourself a chance of survival, you've also learnt a little something about maths.
Yeah, we got into a row. You'll be familiar with this. If you're in a long-term relationship, this is the kind of scenario for a row that I think happens a lot. We got into a fight on the way back from a party. So we went to this amazing party. It's about 2:30 in the morning. We're driving home. So I'm driving. I haven't had anything to drink, stone cold sober, driving. She's had quite a lot to drink. I mean, in terms of units of alcohol, she's had an awful lot to drink. But she's not drunk. And I know she's not drunk. I know she isn't drunk because she told me she wasn't drunk 400 fucking times. You know, like sober people don't. Anyway, the worst thing about this argument, I didn't even say anything. Someone else said something, and she was talking about that, and I just agreed with the fact that the other person said. And it was a fact. It wasn't a point for debate. It was a fact. So I was driving along, right? She's talking a lot. I'm listening a little. Okay, my bad. But she's telling me about the evening in real time. And I was there for most of it, so I don't need to be hearing this. A lot of the stories involve me. Right, so we're driving along, she tells me the story, and she got to the point, she said, this mutual friend of ours, this girl that we both know, she said, that girl said my dress was short. I went, yeah, it is. You're taking her side? Why don't you go back to the party? Why don't you drive her home? It was short. I mean, it was a really short, it was what I would call a greyhound. You call it a greyhound? It was just an inch away from the hair. Really short skirt, so like I went, it is short, yeah. She went, oh, you're taking her side? When you go back to the party and drive her home then, if you fancy her so much? Trying to undermine me, you're saying I've got fat legs? Suddenly fucking Chewbacca's in the car. You never fucking fancy me anymore, you know what the fuck, there's just snot and... Next thing I know, like within 20 seconds, she's pulling on the car door. We're doing 40 miles an hour, middle of nowhere, 2:30 in the morning. She's going, I'll walk home, trying to open the car door. She's not wearing a seatbelt because she's pissed. Opening the car door, safer. Opening the car door, I have to stop the car. Because it's dangerous, right? So as soon as I stop the car, she fucks off out, immediately. Teetering on heels up the road. No coat, no money, no keys, no idea where she's fucking going. I'll walk home, you don't even fucking care, I'll fucking walk home. So I have to do the dutiful boyfriend thing of driving along at 4 fucking miles an hour. Come on, get back in the car. It's all my fault. It's not my fault, I've done fuck all here. Come on, get back in the car, I'll buy you chips. Please, just get back in the car. Anyway, long story short, I got arrested for curb crawling.
A lot of people say that men with big flashy cars have got tiny cocks. Am I the only one that reckons that women with spastis and people carriers? Well, clearly not. There was a worrying moment there where I thought I was going to have to say bucket fanny. Thankfully, that's been avoided.
Remember, dogs die in hot cars, or a heavy blow to the back of the head will work just as well. Really? That's the one that got you? Okay.
I spend a lot of my life driving around the country doing gigs, and I'm often driving back late at night. I don't know how you feel about it, but I always pick up hitchhikers. If I see a hitchhiker, I will pick them up. They always say the same thing to me. They always say, but I don't live in the woods. Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr, and I don't want to impose on your day. I know you just watched a clip of me. You probably had enough of me already. But if you could like and subscribe, that would help me in some way, which I don't fully understand. I think basically if you like and subscribe, then
down the line I have a more comfortable retirement? I don't know.